We're not streaming at the oh, excuse me, at the absolute best time or anything, but I do get to stream a little bit earlier than usual, so. Hopefully notifications go out, but we shall see. Why do I have to do this extra mouse movement to grab those stupid quests? I hate it. I mean, I guess arguably I could skip one of these days because I got a Paragon level. Because frankly speaking, we're kind of just doing the same thing over and over. But whatever. All right. Hey, Stever. Whoops, that's the wrong dragon. Yeah, I guess notifications aren't going out properly today. Probably because I posted too much crap. Thank you, YouTube. I mean, Twitch is doing it too. Hey, Diamond. By the way, I guess I'll mention it now earlier on in the stream, just in case for VOD gamers and stuff. But yeah, we did discover last stream that the Twitch drops are starting on the 7th. Bit odd that it got delayed so long, but... Okay, someone's already got that side covered. Hey, Mystery. Why am I getting unlucky? There you are. Thought that was a pinata head for a second. I mean, it was. But not a cosmetic. More like a decapitated enemy. Oh crap. I forgot the exclusive joke. Why is Flux so spiky? Because everyone who wants it likes pain. Yep. That's the joke. Or because it's a pain to get. There we go. Hey, Kirby. Yeah, I know. So the Twitch drops actually, that was Twitch's side. Like, they messed up. It wasn't Trove. What are you farming mainly? The event currency out of the cake dungeons. Technically, I've probably already got, like, plenty, but you never know, right? When we get to the next phase during next week. It's gonna end up having like a bunch of our items that we'll be able to craft, and it's probably gonna be like a lot, knowing the Trove devs. Sorry, did I say a lot? I meant too much. Yeah, a lot of us thought that the Twitch drops was the Trove side, but apparently, like, just across the board, Twitch has been messed up with drops. Because apparently Warframe was supposed to have some new drops too, and nope. Which is pretty crazy. Like the one thing Twitch does, so I don't know why they'd mess that up, but... How's the job hunt, by the way, Mystery? The rewards for the Twitch drops are going to end up being a bunch of pinatas, yes, but at the 2-hour mark, you'll get an exclusive ally. Which I assume is the moon-touched ally, maybe, that we can see in-game. Unless it's some unique one. Still terrible with the job hunt. Ah, yes. Because you gotta get a Switch too, bro. Okay, maybe it'll be cheaper by the time you can get one. Or you could get some used one from somebody. The only reason I have it on the brain is because I've been getting absolutely addicted to Mario Kart's open world. I don't even do races anymore. I mean, I do with the wife, but the open world is so fun. And I've had this weird hobby where I'm just getting into really weird places and taking pictures. Just been fun. Yeah, I don't know if the exclusive ally for the Twitch drops is gonna be like anything stupendous. It might not even have like mastery or anything, but I mean, hey. At least it's something. I'd hope it doesn't have mastery, being honest. I'm still looking forward to the Trove dev stream. I hope that they actually like talk about some new stuff. There's some new things that I know is coming, but a lot of it's very tentative. Yeah, I wonder if it's got to do with the time that I'm streaming this, or like either notifications just aren't going out to anybody, or it's a terrible time for streaming. I think it's the latter, because I've had this happen before around this time. Most people in North America are going to bed, and then most people in Europe are still in bed, so. But if I'm being honest, I wanted to get this stream out of the way just because I want to, like the wife's off today, and I got to sleep in. And I really want to just put in a huge, long stream today of grind time towards Death Stranding. I need to make a dent in that game. It's almost midnight for you. Yeah. That's what I figured, because usually when I stream around like midnight my time, the Europeans are starting to wake up, so we actually get like a pretty decent amount of people. But I had to get this Trove stream out of the way, so I'm sorry it's at such an awkward hour. For VOD gamers, they'll just see it tomorrow, but... And then maybe, tomorrow's the 6th. Maybe I'll skip a Trove stream for once. Because then the 7th will at least have the drops and stuff, but it depends. We'll see. I still got a lot of Trove videos I've planned, but What's the wing-like thing you sometimes use in your Shadow Hunter, and where can I get it? Which thing? You mean this? Like the wings themselves? That's the Dark Pegasus wings. You should be able to buy them on the player market for a decent amount, but trying to get them yourself is pretty atrocious. Let me see, actually. Oh yeah, not bad. Hey, Potato. What mount do you have equipped? Just the Cosmic Dragon for the jump aura. Or jump ability, whatever. They're probably talking about the Paragon aura. Wait, what Paragon aura? I don't have a Paragon aura. Oh, I thought that was a pinata. Oh, you mean like the Pyro Disc, maybe? The purple Pyro Disc? That's just a mod. Or if you're talking about that effect on my character, it's just a ability with the Shadow Hunter every time you roll. Gives you movement speed. I'm inhaling copious amounts of copium for Hightail. Really hoping Simon's able to get the IP back from Riot. So I do have a little bit of news on that. Obviously that whole process we all know is gonna take like well over a year, even if he actually gets his hands on it. But like, unfortunately, the people that were working at on Hightail, a lot of them have moved on because, you know, they need jobs. So Vintage Story, for example, hired a few of them to basically work out some adventure mode in Vintage Story, which, all right. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath. A lot of games have just been getting canceled like crazy lately. Like it's really disappointing. Like I just learned when I did my System Shock 2 review, I did a little bit of research because as far as I knew, System Shock 3 was being made from the ground up by Night Dive Studio, like a new, basically bringing the franchise back. And then I only just learned recently, oh, it got canceled and all the devs got fired. Like the new Perfect Dark, that got canceled when Xbox laid off tons of people. Like it's like, goddamn, dude. Any game that looks even remotely interesting is like the one that the studio is going to just can right away. Oh, okay, Far. Yeah, so you know all the Vintage Story stuff. Yeah, I'll admit that I'm not very in the loop with Vintage Story because I remember I played like a super alpha version years ago or something and it didn't have much. Maybe it's evolved since then. I should check it out. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but you have something that looks like a wings or an aura. Yeah, you're talking about this, right? I assume. So that's when I roll, it gives me a movement speed buff as the Shadow Hunter, and it just gives you a VFX indicator to show it off, if that's what you're talking about. You're talking about an aura like that I'm not using right now. Yeah. So Mystery was right. That's the Paragon hat aura. It's the rarest hat aura in the game. It might not be that expensive anymore. I think it was called Paragon, right? Yeah, there it is. No, that's a weapon aura. What is it called? Let's just go all the way to the end just to see. There it is. Paragon Aura. Helm. Yeah, 1.1 mil. Not awful. I bought mine for like 25 mil, so I'm pretty sure those hat auras got duped at some point. Yeah, I thought you were talking about like what was going on right now. I could put that aura on, honestly. Hey, Shadow. Have you ever heard of Crystal of Atlan? Yeah, I heard of it, saw it. It's just... Sorry if you enjoy the game, but it's generic gacha slop. I really don't care. I saw some friends playing it, and it doesn't interest me. If you're into it, you know, all the power to you. But for me, it's like, eh. Yeah, let's go put that hat aura on, just because why not? What mod is the crosshair hit indicator? I think it comes with the boss radar mod, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, it's the DPS mod. Yeah, doesn't Vintage Story, they don't have it on Steam or anything, right? Because as far as I know, I don't know if they're still doing this, but I remember back in the day, it was a bit shady because you had to buy it off of their weird website so that you couldn't get a refund or something. I don't know if that's changed. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I gotta do a little bit of research because apparently people are saying that it's been getting a lot better and popping off. What was I doing? Hat aura. They need to change this system. You should just be able to select the one that you want. Oh, the blue flame hat. That's the one that I always used to use. There you go. Yeah, that's the Paragon one. Personally, I didn't like the look of Hightail. Oh, I loved the art style that they had. I like the Minecraft graphics of Hypixel though, but it looks too realistic on Hightail. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I really like that type of texture pack though. Like even when I'm playing Minecraft, I tend to take ones like that. Not ones that are like overly realistic, but I think that it was a nice blend of like a dark fantasy, I think. It fit with the medieval vibe. But yeah, fair. You can get a refund for Vintage Story. Okay, so maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm mixing it up with a different game. Maybe Vintage Story is... Yeah, maybe I'm completely mixing it up with a different one. Was Vintage Story ever on console? Because yeah, I guess... I don't know. Bought my hat aura for 60 mil, rip me. I mean, rip me too, dude. Like, that's the thing. You must have got it when it was brand new. Vintage Story wasn't on console. Okay, then yeah. I'll have to put a little bit of research into Vintage Story when I get the time. Maybe I'll pick it up. I don't know. Doesn't it have more of an emphasis on survival rather than adventure though? Or something like that, which personally doesn't appeal to me. How are the servers on PC at the moment? Oh, they're phenomenal. It's so much better, dude. Like, it's night and day. It's the best Trove servers has ever been. Apparently Vintage Story is really difficult in terms of survival. Yeah, okay, so maybe that's why I never got into it. Which explains why they're doing a adventure mode with some ex-Hightail devs. But as far as I know, it's only like 3 or 4 devs, so it's probably gonna be years away. Oh! Speaking of disappointments, guys, I don't know if you guys heard all that stuff. RIP Subnautica 2? Like, man, the gaming industry is just dying lately. Yeah, Subnautica 2's lead developers got canned, and they basically put out this post from the new people in charge, and it just sounded like the generic corporate slop. Like, basically, oh yeah, the vision of the game is still going to be integral to blah, 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 blah. You know, it doesn't bode well. Like, hopefully it comes out and it's still a banger, but yeah, it's concerning. It's not like a full-on cancellation, but the fact that the lead devs are off of the team is like, uh-oh. I don't know if they like, I didn't do much research to like what happened and why. Like, I don't know if they were evil or if or if there was some complications, or, you know, the team just wanted to get grabbed up by some other studio or something. I don't know. Not only did they get canned, the original creators got fired by their publisher because the game hasn't come out yet. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's done. Yep. And the CEO changed and wants to just get the game out of the door ASAP. Yep. Yep. Okay. That's what I had. I had a feeling. RIP. Now we just gotta have Hollow Knight get canceled, right? Then the trifecta will be complete. How many hours do you estimate you've sunk into this game? I don't know. As far, so there's an in-game tracker, what is it, /played or something? I always forget. Yeah, /played. So according to in the in-game tracker, 202 days. So 2 days into hours. Which is close to 5,000, 4.8 thousand, but keeping in mind that that's not accurate because the it only tracks when that update got added. So there's a few years between that it's not tracking properly. I wish that I could tell you. I'd be very curious to know what my total playtime is. I'd say probably around like 8K hours or something like that. I'd love to say 10K hours, but I don't know. Was playing on PS4 earlier today. Doesn't feel optimized at all. Lots of rubber banding and crashing. Okay, so are you on the European server, Silver Moon? Because from what I've heard, not everybody, but some people on the European servers have not had any impact with the update. Oh, you're on the US. Interesting. Crashing, you know, that's unrelated to the servers. We still get crashes every now and then on PC as well. But yeah, interesting that you got lag. I mean, I hate to say it, is it your internet? But it seems there's certain very select regions that haven't been affected by the new servers in a good way. So that sucks. Have there been any major changes to the characters? Been out of the loop for a year, trying to get back into it. If you've only been gone for a year, no. The last major change was Boomeranger, which I think you would have seen. Otherwise, most of all, just now that the servers are a lot more stable, a lot more classes have become viable, just because their projectiles actually hit properly now. Doesn't affect everybody, as we see every time when we do these streams, but... Oh, nice, Colton. Yes. Yeah, I was wondering if you started watching it or not. Just curious why you're doing Sundered Uplands. Generally speaking, it seems like there's the most cake dungeons here, but it's very random, so it's not like 100%. Main thing is, like, you can just see based on the map that there's like a lot more volume of dungeons in this biome, but then the dungeons themselves, there's not as many options So usually that's why there's a lot of cakes. Looks like someone's been through here but didn't actually bother going for the cakes. It's not like this is the definitive best. It's just... Why cake dungeons? Because the event. Cake dungeons give the event resources. I mean, you can do other dungeons as well, yes, but there's a chance of getting rare costumes and mounts and stuff from the cakes. That's the main reason. But it's pretty rare. Like, my first stream where I was doing the cakes, I actually got extremely lucky, and I got like maybe 2 or 3 items out of it. But then these past few streams, I haven't gotten a single thing. So, it's random. Very random. Someone's been down here, but not really. Might be the guy that's been avoiding the cakes. Hey, Uggs. We're in the same world doing the same thing. Nice. Yeah, Forbidden Spires works as a biome. So does Geode Surface, but Sunder's just easiest, in my opinion. Oops. Dora. Oh, it does have an English dub. Okay. I hope it's good. I hope it's a good dub, because I didn't watch it with the dub. It's honestly good that you're getting into it now, just because season 2 is supposed to be coming this year. Because it's been years, dude. $2020, Jesus. Yeah, that's a lot older than I thought. Good God. I'm just glad we're getting a season 2, because the season 1 just kind of, I'm not gonna say it ends on a cliffhanger, but it just kind of ends. Which way do I want to go? This way? Looks better. But yeah, mystery, like, just for context. The last stream yesterday, everyone was talking about anime and stuff, and I was telling Colton and everybody, of course, Doro, favorite anime. Watch it. Hey, Dwight. Hey, Trip. I make like 10k mil flux at a time from gardening. Ah, yes. That's the thing, man, like, a lot of people seem to take for granted, you just gotta grind the boring stuff that nobody else wants to do. That's how you make a ton of flux free to play. Apparently it's way more popular in Japan than it is here in the West. Okay, good. No, it is not popular out here in the West. I know that it did not perform well at all, but the fact that the people behind it like went back to it regardless because they wanted to make season 2 was like, okay, hell yeah. Such a freak situation. But I'm glad that the Attack on Titan guys are a fan of Dorohedoro, so. Probably gonna start playing this game on Dino Tamer. Seems cool. Yes. Dino Tamer's fun. He's very fast. Because you basically You're just going to be on your mount, like your ultimate ability, just 24/7 with him eventually. It does limit your movement speed compared to some other classes, but it's still pretty good. Most of all, his net does like so much damage. I will say, unfortunately, his dino minions are very underwhelming. Yeah, I'll just go over here where this guy is. Seeing a picture on a bus with Dorohedoro ad in Japan. That's also just because that's Japan, dude. Like, there'll be video game ads in the subways and stuff there. Like, it's just all normalized. That's the thing that I loved so much when when I first went to Japan. It was like, oh, cool. Gaming is actually like socially accepted beyond like just casual gamers. Like the fact that they have so many arcades and actual like literal gacha machines, which is where the term comes from. I remember we saw, I think there was like a big JoJo ad on a huge billboard, and it was like, hell yeah, dude. If only I spoke this language. These are my people. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just saying in general that Dino Tamer is a good choice. Because, yeah, that's the main way that you do pick classes in this game. I like dinosaurs. Yes, exactly. Everyone's always asking, like, what's the best class for this? And it's like, the best class is always the one that you enjoy playing. Because otherwise you're going to quit. I came back, now I'm gonna ditch Draco for Faye. That's a huge swap. They're very different gameplay. But nice. Faye never really clicked with me. It's a powerful class, but... Hello? Thank you. Just like fairies and such. Yeah, exactly. For me, like, I don't. So. Let's go down and around. Kind of circle back. The thing is, growing up, I was always into like the greatsword class. Too bad we don't have one in Trove. And then, I don't know. Shadowhunter has kind of changed my mind and made me main archer in a lot more games than I care to admit. The Trickster's got a bee skin, and I became a beekeeper, so I like bees too. Oh, well, there you go. Sold. Nice. Yeah, I mean, tastes change over time too, right? But a costume can, like, make a class. That's kind of the main reason I always main Shadowhunter, is because, like, archers are usually like kind of lame, you know? But in Trove, ooh, I love the look. He's just badass. It was always one of my favorite characters, and then when the class gem came in, it was like, okay, forget if I mained him before his class gem, though. That was a long time ago, though. But that's where, like, with the newer classes, like, I'm glad that Bard and Solarian are in the game for some people that really enjoy their style, but for me personally, I don't. So I'm really hoping that whatever the next class is that they've got cooking, I just hope it's something that functionally and badassery is finally, like, gonna make me swap from Shadowhunter. Please God, add a samurai that uses a Odachi, like a great sword katana or something. Please. Please. Even though I know the next class is probably just going to be another spear guy nobody asked for, but... Oh well. What can we do for you to bring the red hair back? I don't know. Give me money or something? Money works. I still have the wigs, but they're just too uncomfortable now. One day I gotta do a video where I burn them. Don't know why some of those don't get marked, but whatever, game. That's cool. Hello, Bush Bush. Why burn them? I don't know, because I think it'd be funny. Like, as a video, it's like... And then make them scream. It's like I want to do it as like a skit, but I don't have the time to think of anything creative. What are you doing, Budge? She's going crazy. Oh my god, getting so unlucky. You think they're gonna rework Gunslinger anytime soon? No. No. They technically don't need to, because now that the servers are more stable, Gunslinger is actually like decent. So long as the servers are actually better for you, because some people, not many, but some people have reported that the servers haven't been improved for them, which is disappointing. I thought it was just across the board for everybody, so I don't really know why it's not affecting everyone. But for most of us, it's made a lot more classes actually like function better, just because server lag was the big factor for a lot of classes, including Gunslinger, because his projectiles would rarely hit the target. So now that they do, he's actually viable. He's still not top tier, but at least you can main it just because I like guns. There we go. This is making up for it. My game is a mess. There's a bunch of items in my inventory with functionality that I don't remember. Also, there's a bunch of new systems I don't understand. Yeah, that sounds about right. I guarantee it's not as complex as you think. It is Trove after all. That looks like a big biome. Oh, now she's just sleeping. Oh, mystery. Now that things have settled down, like, what have you been playing lately? Because we haven't gotten to like chat that much recently. I mean, let's be real, I haven't gotten to talk with many people in the Discord. Just been too busy with baby and life. I'm 20 now. Oh. How did 13-year-old me know what to do in Trove? I mean, it was a lot simpler back then. Problem is they keep adding like what's called parasitic design. So there's like the core game, and a lot of the updates you'll notice don't actually affect the core game. It'll usually be something over here. So that's why it's like a parasite. And that's kind of the biggest problem with Trove is it starts getting needlessly complicated because it's very convoluted. There's like, oh, you need this specific resource for this aspect of the game, but it doesn't affect the rest of the game. Stuff like that. Not to mention some of it is just straight up like stuff that's been abandoned. Like Shadow Towers, I honestly don't even know why they're still in the game, frankly speaking. It's just something that confuses new players. Like all of us that are nostalgic for it, okay, sure, but generally speaking, it has no purpose. Yeah, parasitic design is like an actual term. I forget where I heard it, but when I did hear it, I was like, that's Trove. I think it was someone that was describing Warframe. But I don't remember. Yeah, like, oh yeah, it might have been Josh Strife Hayes, right? Yeah, I used to watch his videos, and then he got too full of himself, and I don't like him anymore. Yeah, he had a really good video on Warframe. That's right, where he talked about it. I remember he did do a Trove video, and it was really bad. Not that I was expecting him to like super go into the game, but he was just factually wrong about so many things. And I think that's what made me question how, oh, there's a lot of things that he could be wrong about these other games that I don't have experience with. You know what I mean? Like he's a good content creator because he ends up like debating all that type of stuff. Not that I'm going to like get into it because to each their own. But for me, I find him boring as hell and obnoxious. But anyways, hi Mac. Honestly, haven't been gaming much recently. When I do stuff, playing Repo, stuff with my girlfriend, nice. Yeah, I saw Repo was on sale, I considered it, and then I remembered, oh, I can't play social games anymore. So I didn't bother. Also been spending a lot of time practicing the instruments I play. Ah, right. Nice. Who are we talking about? Nintendo. I got 2 Diamond Dragon Eggs. Did I get the Wire Dragon and Air Primordial? Or probably save for the Cosmic. I think long term, the Cosmic just makes more sense because it gives you a more substantial buff than the others. You'll eventually need the others, but if you already have 2, then you're more than halfway there. It's just the Cosmic Dragon is like the #1 thing that a lot of players regret once they get to the end game and don't have it. Because light becomes like a huge problem late game. And most of the resources outside of the Diamond Dragon Egg are considerably easy to get now. Realize I'm also swapping over to Faye because I liked Ace Sage's gameplay, but I like Faye more conceptually. Nice. Again, dude, that's exactly the right mindset for Trove. Some people will try to tell you otherwise. Funny enough, I think, no offense to console gamers, but I think that's usually where I hear people, you know, complaining more like, oh, why are you using that character, you know? Maybe it's just because I'm not part of that community, you know, the toxic side of Trove, but generally it seems like PC players are more open to just, yeah, play the character you like, dude. But I shouldn't generalize, because what do I know? Just based on what I've heard from you guys, usually like when people will be like, oh, Sean, I use this, you know, it's mostly console players. But anyway, I also found 3 Xbox 360 controllers in great condition on the street, but I don't have a wireless receiver for my PC. Yeah, I got a couple. I got this one, this one, this one, this one. This one is wireless. This one's wired, I mean. That's a Wii U controller. Don't ask me why I have all of these, okay? Because I can't justify getting rid of them. Oh, dude, no, those are old as hell. And I'm pretty sure, like, some of them, I forget if they were hand-me-downs or, like, I don't know if I bought them. I think it was just garbage ones. Yeah, let me see. Which one was that? Oh, I got a Halo one. Whoops, there we go. I don't know where the hell I got this. Yeah, I don't know which Call of Duty one do you mean? I don't know. Anyway, who cares? Where am I? I gotta go north for the winter. 360 controllers were my favorite for years and years and years. The PS5 controller is very, very close. The Switch Pro controller was slightly better in my opinion, but if I'm being perfectly honest, guys, the Switch Pro 2 controller is the best, the unequivocal champion of console controllers for me. The ergonomics on it are just the absolute best. It melts into your hands. I want more games to play with it other than just Mario Kart. Like, I want to be able to use it with Metroid and see the joysticks and stuff. But it's so good. 360 controllers were my all-time favorite for years and years, even to the point where I keep buying them over and over again for like PC, and then eventually, like, now that they're discontinued by Microsoft, they're very expensive, so I don't buy them anymore. My PC controller right now is this one, which is where's the box? It's an Easy SMX controller. It's got Hall effect, so the joysticks will never have stick drift. And guess what? It was only like $30 and is one of my favorite controllers. I think it actually tops the 360 controller just because the options that it gives you since it's third party. Oh, sorry, Twitch chat. Been farming 5,000 crystalline core for the Cosmic Dragon. Nice, GG. Forgot to mention the game really runs well on my PS5. Shadowhunter attacks felt more consistent on both consoles. Oh, okay, so on PS4 you're still having issues, is what you're saying, but PS5 it works a lot better. Okay. Started using Shadowhunter because I needed a good all-around class, and now it's grown on me. Nice, welcome to the party. There's a specific gem that lets you shoot through walls. Nope, you can just shoot through walls on Shadowhunter. Without his class gem ability, you can also shoot through enemies. But when you get the classroom ability, it no longer shoots through enemies, but both of them shoot through walls. Yeah, mystery, let me see. Oh, that, you were talking about your Call of Duty controller. Jeez. Is it supposed to look like it's ripped apart? Either way, if that's a limited edition controller, sell it. PS4 controller is my favorite. I don't know why it's so unconventional. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. That's the one thing, like even in regards to the PS5 controller, I've always hated the joysticks both being in the same alignment. Because it's like, bro, why is the D-pad up there? I don't use a D-pad. Again, to each their own, you know. But I'm still waiting to play Metroid or Donkey Kong, like a more intensive game that uses like both joysticks and stuff with the Switch Pro controller before I drop like a controller review for it. But yeah, my first experience with it is it's insane. It is pretty much the best console controller on the market, I think. Especially for the money. Like you'd think, oh, it's so expensive, but there's a couple, like on top of the ergonomics, there's a lot of things that I like about it. Like it doesn't have the analog triggers on the back, which I don't know about you guys, but when you're playing games for hundreds of hours, I hate the analog resistance triggers because it just ends up cramping your fingers after a while, you know? Plus, there's another thing too that I didn't even notice about these controllers. It's like the inside of the joystick is like plastic or something, or rubber. So, you hear that? No, you don't? Here, let me show you context. Here's every other controller. It makes a difference. You wouldn't think so, but when you're playing for hours on end, it's like, man, that's quiet. Just wish every controller had Hall effect. I know, me too. I know. At the very least, I will say, like, even though Nintendo doesn't have Hall effect, thank God they do free repairs. I really like the new Joy-Cons too, but I've been, the way that I've been playing games with it is lately I just play it with the Joy-Cons detached so that I can just like sit without having to, you know, do this. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, where's the dungeon? The Call of Duty controller is supposed to look like that. Oh, okay. Are the tops drops only from D14 cakes? No. They drop from everywhere. Difficulty doesn't matter for this event. I remember before the PS5 came out, there were rumors the touchpad would have a small screen on it. I think about that sometimes. Oh, you mean the Wii U? Nah, no games are gonna do that. You know what? Maybe it was the Wii U's failure that made them reconsider with the PS5 controller. I wonder. As far as I heard, it wasn't gonna be a screen, but it was gonna like animate and have like colors on it and stuff. But I don't know, who knows? Meanwhile, Sony's trying to push the replaceable joystick thing. What is that? I wouldn't know. All I know is with Sony and Xbox, they're just like, buy a new controller, lol. Here's a pro controller for like $200 that doesn't do anything better. Buy third party, bro. Legit. It's so much cheaper to just buy like multiple third party controllers that you have to replace every now and then versus buying like a premium one that is like a 50-50 chance if it's gonna get stick drift. Like all my homies have already had stick drift with their PS5 controllers. And unfortunately, just in regards to the 360 controllers, again, they because now they're not supported by Microsoft, it means that you're buying them refurbished, which means they're not as good. One of these days, like maybe if the wife and I can ever end up affording a house, because I don't really have the room for it here, but I'd love to go through like just my game collection with you guys. Just because like I ended up going through like all of my storage boxes more recently, just because I was trying to find something. And it was like, damn, dude, I forgot I have like 150 360 games and stuff. And it's like, whoa, I forgot I kept all of these. But I still got like my old Xbox and stuff. I think I still have my Morrowind save file on Xbox as well, which is probably like the longest I've ever played like a single player game. But I got like some old N64 games as well, still in the box. So I don't know, maybe I'll sell them one day to pay for Leon's college. Apparently, this was a couple years back. I did some research on some of my old games, and I have, I think my rarest one is, God, what is it called? It's a Bomberman game for the N64. Not Bomberman Hero. God damn, what's it called? I don't even remember. But I remember like reading up, it's like, this sells for $500. And it was like, oh, cool. I'll just keep holding on to it. Thank you. Morrowind remaster win. They're never going to. I wish, dude. I don't give a crap about Oblivion, dude. If they did a remaster of Morrowind, oh my God. Back when Bethesda was good. The game's just too old and jank now. You know what? Not even a remaster. Give me like a remake. Mods can only get you so far with that game. I'm still kind of waiting on Skywind, but that's gonna be a while. Because they're probably trying to push Skyblivion first. The thing is, just for context for you younger gamers out there, Morrowind is like very, it was very nerd RPG game, which is why everyone likes it versus the stripped down versions of Oblivion and even Skyrim. I'd argue Skyrim is a better game, for sure. Bomberman was pretty sick. Surprised he's not in Smash. He is, actually, but he's an assist. If I'm not mistaken, I think Bomberman, I think Hudson got shut down. No surprise, because I think Xbox owned it and put that franchise into the ground. If you can ever get your hands on, don't tell anyone, but if you can emulate, there's a lot of like really solid Super Nintendo Bomberman games that were Japan only. And they're really good for local co-op. Like, they're so fun. Because you can just go through the campaign together. And not only, like, can you build up your character and get stronger and stuff, but there's also, like, these mounts and power-ups and stuff that all have, like, their own function. I just remember the early days of Mariko and me dating, we were playing those. And, so good. Morrowind, on the other hand, like Morrowind most of all had so much more like depth and mechanics to it. Like, unlike Skyrim, it was one of those games that didn't hold your hand. Like, I still remember there's this one cave that I ended up finding, and it was one of those games where me and my cousin and my brother were all playing the game together, and we purposely decided not to look anything up online, but we could share things between each other. And I remember going into this cave and I found behind some random ass rock, there was like one of the strongest gloves in the game, because it was a single glove. You had to find the other one somewhere else. Just little stories like that, you know, like Favorite band? Nothing anymore. Used to listen to Blink, Angels and Airwaves, U2, Muse, System of a Down to a degree. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, the music that I listen to now is just video game music, if I'm being honest. I'll listen to the Mario RPG soundtrack way too many times now that we got the remaster. And otherwise, lo-fi Nintendo music, where it's like a Zelda song, but it's got like a beat. Game Chops on YouTube, I would highly recommend. He's got really good lo-fi beats. And then otherwise, I personally would love to listen to the Mario Kart World soundtrack because for some reason you can't turn the stupid sound effects off when you're playing the game. You can't adjust any of the volume. But the soundtrack is 10 hours long, so I can't download it. I don't care what Jeff Keighley says for his Game of the Year stupid showcase. If Mario Kart doesn't win for the soundtrack, it's probably like genuinely one of the most goated soundtracks in any video game. Like, it's insane. I would recommend Video Game Donkey has a video talking about Mario Kart. It's his first video on it. His second one's more about stunts and stuff. But it's most of all just him like talking up the game and saying how hype it is. But then he also goes into details with all the songs, and it's like, whoa. Like the Mario Kart World soundtrack is basically modernized, like fully produced versions of songs from every major Mario game, every Mario Kart game, like all the way back to Mario on Game Boy. Like, it's insane. I had no idea. Like, I knew that the soundtrack was fire, but I didn't know it was that like deep. Video Game Donkey. I love Donkey's videos in general, but I'll try to remember to link it to you, Mystery, if you don't already find it. But he just did a really good job like highlighting all the songs, and I was just like, wow. Nintendo really knows how to like celebrate themselves, you know? Which sounds wrong, but yeah, I never got into Radiohead. And I mean, I'm gonna admit I don't know anything about modern music nowadays. Never got into Screamo or anything. Oh, Linkin Park, that's another one that's a no-brainer. Except it's too bad about Chester, because goddamn, he was one of the most beautiful voices. They say video game music is the best to listen to while studying. Makes you lock in and improves recall. Yeah, I could see that. That's why there's always like those study songs or whatever on YouTube. I think because it's not distracting, you know, like it's really good, like fantastic background music versus like listening to the lyrics and the message. Ever heard Blasphemous' soundtrack? Not long enough to recall it, no. I did play the game, and I know it's a good soundtrack, but I can be picky with a lot of it, though. Like, for example, Elden Ring's one of my favorite games, and, you know, the music is great, for sure, but I'm not gonna listen to the music. There's some really good, like, movie soundtracks, too. Like, I remember the first Tron movie was really good. Like, the one made by Disney, not the super old one. You doing these dungeons for the event? Yes. Which we'll have to wrap up soon. Maybe I'll do a couple more dungeons in this biome. I mean, it's not like I need to keep going, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I just like chilling with you guys. Bloodborne had the best music. Fun fact, Bloodborne's the one game I haven't tackled because it runs like crap on the PS5. I guess I should have played it on PS4. But it's one of those games where I was always kind of waiting for like a remaster or a PS5 version upgrade, which never came. Because I'm confident they're waiting for the PS6 and they're going to use Bloodborne Remake as like the selling point, which you're not fooling me, Sony. I'm not getting a PS6. Like, I'm keeping my PS5 out of necessity for Ghosts of Yotei this year and GTA 6. That's about it. Otherwise, the console, for the most part, just collects dust for me. I only got a PS4 and PC, so I haven't had issues. Yeah, because it, like, basically on the PS5, like, I don't know if it's because it's a higher resolution or whatever, like, it looks like crap, and it also is very stuttery. I'm not saying it was stable frames on the PS4, but at least there it was like designed around it, so. Just got Solarian, any tips? What tips? He's ultra powerful. He's not gonna be good for movement speed. That's about it, I don't know. I only use my PS5 for Hoyo games. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, even my other buddy who's into like console gamer, it's always just the free-to-play games, grinding the gacha games and stuff. Like I think those would be fun if you're just casually like playing them on the big screen, you know. For me, like I don't know, I've just been on this kick where I want to play games that have more depth to them, which is why like that System Shock 2 game, it was like, man, what a treat to just play through that game myself. There's a couple other games on my list. Like, I never played the original Arx Fatalis, Deus Ex, or Deus Ex, however you pronounce it. Not the Human Revolution, the super old Deus Ex. There's also another game called Darkwood that I want to tackle in October if I have time. Because if you've ever seen screenshots of it, it doesn't look very interesting, but it probably has the most insane like soundtrack I've ever heard for a horror game. Like the sound design is peak. I played like just the intro just to see, and I was like, oh my god, I wanna record this. But it's apparently like a 20-hour game, so it was like, no, I'm not gonna do that now. I'll put it on my bucket list. Yeah, I'm really excited for Ghosts of Yotei. Really excited. I'm gonna admit, when they inevitably add multiplayer to Ghosts of Yotei, I probably won't play it because I'm gonna wait for the PC port. Like, I'm gonna get the game on PS5, but I'm gonna get a physical copy so I can sell it after. And by after, I mean like way after. Or you know, I could always buy like PlayStation Plus for like a month or something, but PlayStation Plus is just such a scam, dude. If it finally has like open world co-op, I'm sold. But let's be real, that's not the main reason I'm gonna be playing it. I just hope the story's a lot better than Tsushima. I like the broad strokes of Tsushima's story, but I think the execution was very poor. And the game got a little too busy with side missions and crap. Physical edition, you mean a disc with an activation code? Yeah, because I can sell it afterwards, versus a digital, you can't. Like, I was gonna get a digital, I just went to the EB Games or GameStop the other day, and pre-ordered Ghosts of Yotei, put my list, they put my name on a list for GTA, because I know both of those games, like even GTA, I'm gonna main it when it comes to PC, but I obviously want to play it at launch. So I'm gonna buy a physical copy so I can sell that after. I did pre-order Donkey Kong and Metroid, and then the wife was like, but you're not going to sell those games. And I was like, right. So I'm just going to buy those digital. Because I think Donkey Kong is going to be like an actual, it might be the game of the year. It just looks so fun and so jam-packed. They had a more recent overview trailer, but I'm sold on the game, Nintendo. I'm not watching more. The great part of Tsushima is the art. Oh, most definitely. That game is a work of art. That's the thing. But it was also really fun because I kept thinking about it while I was playing it. Oh, that's a dungeon? I didn't know that was a cake. I've seen that before. But I remember when I was playing Tsushima and I kept thinking like, man, when you think about it and strip down like what exactly is the game, it's just combat and walking. But the combat is just so fun that it never gets old. Which is pretty nuts because there's so many other games that do just only have like 1 or 2 systems and then it just gets so boring. The main thing, if I'm being honest, if Yote doesn't have a goddamn glider, like, come on, man. Give me a Breath of the Wild glider. I would love it if we could climb everything like Breath of the Wild, but you know they won't because they want that canned animation crap. But I feel like there's going to be aspects of Assassin's Creed Shadows that I might like more than Yote. Overall, I think Yote is going to be the better game, but gameplay's nice and fluid and immersive even if you play it. So yeah, that's probably why. Like you really get into it. You know, you come across bandits and stuff, and it's like you just want to kill them just because it's fun. I just can't wait to get my stealth build again. Because that was when the game really popped off for me with Tsushima, was when you got into the character builds. Played Tsushima on Lethal. It was so painful, but I loved the game. Yep, I played it through on Lethal as well. The one thing that I would say for people, if you're a hardcore gamer, play it on Lethal because it is very tough, but it's very fair. Very fun. Enemies one-shot you, you one-shot enemies. That's the proper difficulty scaling. But lower it to easy mode when you fight bosses, because the bosses are garbage. Don't bother trying to fight them on Lethal. It's just not fun. So that's probably what I'm gonna do with Yote. Once I beat it on normal, of course. But yeah, I've done my playthrough on Tsushima on Lethal. I will say that the late game kind of becomes a slog with it. And early game is probably the hardest part of the game just because you don't have your build set up yet. But once you get like all your special moves and stuff, ooh. I did beat the bosses on Lethal, but they were a pain. Yeah, the first rival there, Ryu, was that his name? He's a pretty fun fight on Lethal, but the other ones are just too tanky, and it's like the complete polar opposite of what the difficulty entails, you know? That's what I hated about it. Like, I remember I was playing on like a harder difficulty on Iki Island, like the DLC, which was okay, wasn't great. And the final boss, the grandma, like I just died so many times when I was streaming it that it just got so frustrating, and it was just like, dude, this isn't fun. And then I just cranked the difficulty down, beat her, and it was like, oh, good. Why suffer? I mean, if you got the patience and time for it, sure, but I don't like the boss fights in Tsushima. So hopefully they rectify it a lot with Yote. I'm really hoping that the co-op this time around is finally open world co-op, because we still to this day don't have like a good open world like co-op game that isn't just some segmented side crap, you know? I'm actually really excited for what was it? Hitman is going to be adding co-op, actually. That seems really exciting because those Hitman games are great. When you're fighting bosses, you can't... Right, you can't parry them. You had to just dodge and cheese. And yeah. That's right. Elden Ring seamless co-op is the closest we get. Yeah, kinda. Elden Ring Night Rain is great as well. That one really surprised me, but I haven't had the time to dedicate to it. I'm not saying that we haven't had open world co-op games, but usually they're not like functionally very good, if that makes sense. Like even something like Fantasy Life, for example, you gotta load into the map, then you gotta choose the map, which would be the open world or the dungeons, you know, like it's always just like a tacked on feature rather than like just being able to explore with your friends. There's been a couple games that have done it, but nothing of AAA caliber. So I really hope Yote like leans into that this time. Not to say that Tsushima's multiplayer was bad. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was really addicting and really fast paced. But I think that the open world is something that you could always get into, whereas the multiplayer, you kind of needed a 4-squad. And it was very repetitive. But I'm really curious what they're gonna do with Yote, because Tsushima, I would say, I've always described it to people as one of the cream of the crop, top tier, generic open world games. Because it's not a next gen open world game like Breath of the Wild or anything that Nintendo's doing, or Elden Ring. You know, those are games that needed to go open world. Ghost of Tsushima is just kind of just another one. As you know, I ended up seeing on the topic of Death Stranding, I saw an article that was saying like 70 hours in and the game justifies its open world size and scope. And it's like, I don't know about that. I'm too early in on the game to say, but I don't know about that. So far, it's just a lot of walking. Like, I'm hoping that there's more dynamic events that unlock as I get further in the game. Because all Breath of the Wild did was just, instead of like, the big issue with a lot of open world games is they're still kind of just playing catch up, where it's like, okay, you got this big ass map, but over here is where you gotta go, you know? And Breath of the Wild was like, oh, just go anywhere. No, I'm playing Death Stranding 2. I never played 1. It looked boring, if I'm being honest. 2 is just more of the same, but expanded upon, and it's got like more combat focus and stuff, and yeah, I'm slowly chipping away at that one. That's more of a series for me. Like, I'm not expecting it to be popular on the channel or anything. But I heard good things from people, and I'm going into it with an open mind. It's not the most fun game I've ever played, but it's chill, you know? And that's kind of exactly what I was expecting from it. My main goal is I gotta beat it before Donkey Kong comes out. But what I will say is it's got a lot of layers to your character progression, but requires a huge time sink, which kind of sucks for me being a new dad, you know? I don't have the time anymore. Because like, you'll complete a mission and it's like, oh, you got more strength so you can carry more things. And as soon as I saw those very light RPG elements, I was like, oh, okay, so 70 hours in and this game's going to end up being a banger because suddenly my character's going to be a god. I'll be able to carry a truck. You know? I don't know how it's going to evolve, but it just seemed like, oh, okay. Hey, Shank, what up? My hope is that the game doesn't waste my time, because if it keeps adding those progressive things, then yeah, at least it seems like it's respecting my time, because it's like the game starts out extremely slow but gets better and better the further you get, you know? I mean, look at Trove, prime example. You get, ooh, oh, we got 2 Gemeries, bro. Hell yeah, got super lucky. Those are insanely rare mounts. Nice. I can put these in here and those in there, because why not? Where was I putting these? In the 4th tab? No? Oh, I must have put them in here. Yeah. All right, let's see. What do these sell for? Hopefully a decent amount. Yeah, not bad. 830 or 839. Let's undercut just to get rid of it. Anyways, guys, went a little bit longer with this stream than expected, just because good conversations and stuff. Hopefully you guys had fun. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, and then my hope is I can start streaming Death Stranding long into the hours in the night. So maybe like an hour tops before I start streaming again. So if you want to come to that, okay, cool. Otherwise, I still gotta get some videos ready for tomorrow. But thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Leave a like, follow on Twitch.